Hey guys, Bruce Kittle here, Hidden Pearls Podcast, and hope you had a great weekend, a little bit of a mindful Monday, so hope that works for everybody. So anyway, thought we'd try the outside kind of quiet, moderately, so we'll see how the audio goes. Anyway, if you're joining me, I appreciate it very much, and always feel free to shoot me a comment or two if you on either my Instagram page, Coach Kittle61, or in the notes here or wherever all that stuff happens, but glad to hear back from you guys. So anyway, if you want to settle in, find a position that's comfortable for you. So good seating, cushion, chair, anywhere you can just let go, relax, put things in neutral for just a few minutes. All right. So anyway, again, really appreciate you showing up with me and being together in this journey. So we'll do a little bit of cleansing breaths just to kind of settle in if we can. So, if you're comfortable, kind of close your eyes. And we're just kind of releasing. So all we're doing is trying to find a little bit of alignment and a little bit of balance as we take a few breaths. So this works for me. So I'm just passing on to you what I find helpful. And if it's not, you can always switch things up. So no worries about that. Anyway, so here we're going to take 3 of these big deep breaths. So we're going to inhale through the nose and then exhale out through the mouth. So nice and full, fill up those lungs. No big rush. We're not in a hurry. And again, all we're doing is settling down, just trying to calm the nervous system a little bit. Let the mind know we're going to chill out a little bit and let the body know we're going to try to relax. So anyway, so here we go. We're inhaling. Whoops, here we go. And we are inhaling. Here we go. Inhaling. Nice. And inhaling. One more. All right, very, very nice. So as we're settling in, I invite you to close your eyes and just again, finding a comfortable spot. Moderately alert, not super stiff and all that kind of stuff, just kind of checking in. And again, let's just kind of do a little bit of an inventory. Let's start with the body this time. So you just took a few breaths and just kind of survey. You can start at the top of your head and just breathing regularly, just kind of scan down and just see what's kind of going on. Just be aware if anything's gripping or holding or really tight. And again, not trying to change anything. We're not fixing anything. We're just aware and working on kind of accepting that. So it's going to be what it is for the next 10 or 15 minutes, and we're going to be okay with that. So, all right. Working down, hit your hips, go through the chest, hips, shoulders. I carry stuff in my shoulders, and I got a spot in my back. Typically lights up. I got a little bit going on in my hips. And after the triathlon last week, both of my knees are definitely let me know. So just as we're breathing, just kind of aware. And again, just with breath, you can kind of go there, find the stiffness, whatever's hanging, and just with the exhales, just kind of releasing that, pulling out whatever's hanging on. So, all right, let's move in then. Let's just kind of check in with emotions and feelings, see if anything's going on, anything left over from weekend or the night or your sleep, dreams, anything like that. Again, just inventorying, just seeing what's there, looking around, seeing who's showing up, always saying thank you for being here. We're glad to have you. All right. And then same thing with the thoughts. So if you got a busy day coming up or a busy week, big checklist, all that kind of stuff, that's super well done. We're just not going to take care of it during this next few minutes. So just set that aside, acknowledge, say thank you. Same thing with anything else that might be going on. And it's all okay. There's no right or wrong. It's all okay. We're just noticing. All right. So we're going to do a little box breathing again. Same thing. So we're going to inhale on 6, exhale on 8, and hold on 8 and exhale on 8. So we're going to try that. So if we're ready, just again, settled in, nice comfortable spot, and we are going to inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so just working your way back to your kind of normal, regular breath. We're just going to breathe here just a minute or so. I'll start and stop you with a little bit of a chime, and then we'll work through it. So if you want to just, again, settle in. And again, in this time, things will come up. It's okay. Really, we're just noticing and then letting that go. And if you get pulled into a big stream of thoughts, no worries, no judgment. Be filled with grace and love. And once you notice, just come on back. And that's really what we're practicing. And we're just practicing staying with the breath and coming back when we get pulled away, because everybody does. Again, don't have to get rid of anything. We're not fixing anything. We're just being present with our breath and what appears. So I invite you to just stay there with your eyes closed, and to the extent you feel centered and aligned, that's great. So I just invite you, as we start working our way back, just think about an attribute or a characteristic or a way in which you want to show up today or this week, something you're working on, trying to become. One of those things where, and again, I don't want to say fix, but we all have self-improvement projects and all that kind of thing we're trying to do. So maybe just something in your mind, in your heart, in your spirit that's talking to you, something you're trying to develop a little bit more strength in, a little bit more skill set, whatever that might be. So just give you a few seconds here to think about something like that. So if you have something in your mind, that is really good. And again, just as an example, I think something I'm working on is just, being 64 years old, I've got a lot of old narratives about how the world works, who I am, people in my family and others. And I'm just trying to flush out old narratives and old stories that don't serve me. And it's been a little bit harder than I thought. But that's just kind of the idea, but could be something in a different way. And then I'd like you to think about, as you're holding on to that concept, then just give yourself a little space in here and just think about what gets in the way of you being able to do whatever it is you're thinking about? What limits you or blocks it, or what's the obstacle that falls in your path? Maybe just not having enough time. Maybe I'm not being quite mindful enough. I get caught up in my day. Might be something else. Might be some emotions that's tied. You might have some old wounds or something that hurt from before that's not quite healed up. So we'll take a few seconds here just to think about one aspect of that might get in the way of this peace, this you that you're trying to work on. So if you got something in mind that's kind of this limit or this obstacle, to the extent it feels okay for you, I'd invite you just to say thank you for them for showing up, because they could have been running around in the bushes and hiding from you. And so if they showed up, and then just again thank them for showing up and being there. Acknowledge them because most of these elements in our life, they're trying to protect us from something. So we want to thank them for their service and their normally good intentions. And then just let them know that you're kind of moving on and we're going in a little bit different direction. And with a few breaths, just as you're thinking about that, just kind of releasing that. Just see that obstacle just kind of maybe evaporating a little bit. See that barrier come down or open or soften. See that pathway a little clearer. The weeds are gone, the overgrown brush. Just a little easier to walk. Whatever kind of fits for you. So with a big inhale and then an exhale, let's just flush that out. Just be at peace with that, and we'll kind of ride with that. So anyway, just a quick thought. Anyway, a lot of times in my life, I kind of get on this path, and I think I've just got to push. And then I was reminded that sometimes, just pushing doesn't always do very much for us. So one of the things that I've discovered in life, I don't know if you've ever had a hard time putting a lid on a jar. Happens to me all the time in the peanut butter jar. Anyway, and if I keep going forward, it just keeps getting stuck because the grooves won't line up. But if you put it on kind of square and you go backwards, you'll feel a little click. And that means that the lines got lined up. And so because you went backwards, it takes the pressure off of trying to fit, and it's going backwards in a way that can't fit, but it aligns itself. Now, maybe that doesn't make any sense, but the way it makes sense to me is that sometimes I got to back myself up, or I got to back my process up. And just maybe I think it's got to, and I want it to go that way, and I feel pretty good about that going in that direction. But sometimes we have to take a little different path. And so maybe just rewinding it the other direction and just seeing if things don't fit together a little bit, and then you can still get to go forward and you still keep moving on your path, still keep taking those steps, those small consistent steps all in the same direction, right? We can still keep taking those, but by backing up a little bit sometimes and not forcing it, it doesn't get stuck. We don't get stuck, and maybe we can come to a new perspective from that end. Anyway, so there's screwing the jar on backwards, all right, for whatever that's worth. All right, love, peace, gratitude, joy to everybody. Have a super great week. Again, feel free to hit me up, Instagram or comments or emails off our Thunderbird Performance Hidden Pearl site, all right? Wishing you guys all the very, very best, and love and inclusion for everybody. Let's be united in this thing. Take care.